In class, we talked a lot about keyframing, and we talked about keyframing images and keyframing motion settings in titles. And if we look here, we'll see the zoom actually used on the title that says zoom. And then as our playhead moves across, you'll also see what's called pan across. And we've talked a lot in class about how to add keyframes to sort of zoom and pan across pictures and images, video clips, as well as still images. And what we're going to do here is I have an image here, and we're going to learn how to do a crop. And the objective when we're doing a documentary is to add interest to the still images and the video clips and the titles that we have in order to keep the viewer of the video interested, as well as portray our content in a more interesting way. And we talked a lot in class about the difference between form, which is the image, and the content, and what we do with it. So right here, I'm going to show you how to do a crop. We're going to crop this picture and have it gradually open. And here's the image that we're going to be using. It is the image of a messy house, a messy front porch that's been sort of doctored up in Photoshop. And if we double click it, we can take a closer look at the image. But let's go ahead and rearrange our windows so we can see both of them. So here's the viewer, and here is the actual film. So right when pan across goes, we'll go off the screen. I want this image to pop onto the screen, but I don't want the whole image to come on. So what we're going to do is we're going to keyframe the crop. So if we go up here to the motion settings, we'll notice that there's a drop-down menu called crop. And I have all of these parameters, left, right, top, bottom, and edge feather, which is kind of interesting. I also have over here in the toolbar a crop tool that looks like every other crop tool in every other image editing program. The letter C will get you to the crop tool on the keyboard. So there's two things I can do here. I can use my toggle switches over here to crop off the top and the bottom, just like this. I'm going to just have the little bit of the laundry showing, and then I'm going to reveal the rest of the picture as the playhead moves across. So I can use these over here in the motion settings tabs and boxes, or I can just go ahead and take the crop tool, and as I move to the edge of the image in the window, it turns into the crop tool, and I could simply just drag so that I have a little slice of that image right there. And you can see as I move the crop up and down with the crop tool, it's also moved these toggle images. So that's a nice way to do that. Either way is fine, whichever way you feel more comfortable. But what we have to do now is add a keyframe, which is over here. We know where our keyframes are. Add a motion keyframe. We see that our crossbars in our canvas have turned green. I'm going to go ahead and move the playhead down. I'm going to add another keyframe. And again, I can, once I've added that second keyframe, I can use my toggle switches over here, or I can simply take that crop tool again and drag this image open. So now I know that since I set my first keyframe here, if I hit play, my image will gradually be revealed and opened up. So that is a demonstration of using the crop tool. And the reason again that we use this crop technique is to add some more interest to our documentary or our video that we're playing. It's a great technique to use. So go ahead and try that in your project, and I'm sure you'll be very happy.